such a strange and amusing place. One day you buy 'em rocket ship underpants, and then the next they're in outer space. Mama, don't you know you keep the whole world turning?
Supermarkets are totally confusing me lately.
I know, I'm always having to make the decisions. Is this good for my kids? Is this not good for my kids?
Right, and half the stuff on the label I can't even pronounce anymore.
I am right there with you.
And there's all this stuff about sweeteners in the news now.
Right, like high fructose corn syrup. Is it better than sugar or worse than sugar?
So we've invited Neva Cochran, who is a registered dietitian, to come on the show and shed some light on the subject.
Right, so come take a look with us. Neva, welcome.
Thank you.
I think the first thing that we need to do is we need to explain to our audience what high fructose corn syrup is. Where does it come from? Obviously corn.
Yes,
but
high fructose corn syrup is made from corn. It's actually made from corn starch, and it has half fructose and half glucose. Those are two simple sugars. It's almost identical to cane sugar in its composition, and it can be used in all the products that regular cane sugar can be used in. So it's an all-natural ingredient made from corn, no artificial colors or preservatives or additives. So it's just another type of sweetener.
and so you actually can find both of those ingredients in cane sugar. So it is the same.
It is basically the same. There's
Okay.
about half fructose and half glucose in cane sugar, the same thing in high fructose corn syrup. And there is this misconception that it's higher in fructose than sugar, but it actually isn't. It's only higher in fructose than regular corn syrup, you know, the kind that
Yeah,
you use
right.
in baking.
Right, yeah.
That's 100% glucose.
Right.
Oh, okay.
So I guess what everybody wonders too is how much does high fructose corn syrup, how much of an influence does that have on the increase in obesity and diabetes?
You really can't implicate any single food or ingredient as a cause of obesity or diabetes because there are just many, many factors that are related to it. And it's basically obesity is caused by eating more calories than your body uses. And so it can have to do with how many calories you're burning because people are a lot more sedentary now than they were 30 years ago.
True.
So people are, not using as many calories, and that's one of the contributing factors. And portion sizes are larger now than they ever were. And so, people may be eating more than they are, but it's hard to just blame it on one food or one ingredient because it's really the what you're doing in your total diet. There aren't good foods and bad foods. There are only good and bad diets. It's how you put it all together.
When I was a kid, sugar was a bad word. Sugar was bad. We didn't want to have sugar cereals or anything in the house.
She grew up, her mother was a
My mom was a bodybuilder.
professional bodybuilder,
So we did no sugar in
her
the house.
idea of a snack was a rice cake. But anyway,
That's
go
right.
ahead.
That's true. So what's crazy now is that I'm starting to notice that there's more and more foods. As a mom, and I'm buying the food for my kids now, there's more and more foods that are coming on the market that are saying they're healthy because now they have sugar instead of high fructose corn syrup and it's natural.
Well,
And my personal opinion is it's sugar. I mean, it's sweetener. It's calories either way, right? It's the same
they're
thing.
both the same. They're just different kinds of sweeteners. One comes from cane, sugar cane. One
Right.
comes from corn. They're both natural.
Right.
And they both have the same number of calories. There really is no difference. And what's more important for moms is to think about eating these foods in moderation as part of a balanced diet.
Exactly.
It includes a variety of foods, fruits, vegetables, whole grains, lean meats, low-fat dairy products.
Right.
That's the key.
Why is high fructose corn syrup so prevalent in the ingredient? I mean, you look at every single label and
I was surprised.
It is everywhere.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
what is the reason for that?
Well, 30 years ago, all of these products had sugar. Now, a lot of them have high fructose corn syrup because they're equally as sweet and they contribute the same number of calories, so there's really no difference in the product. However, high fructose corn syrup has some benefits that it gives to these products other than just sweetening them. For instance, in salad dressings and pasta sauce, it reduces the tartness from the acid ingredients. In yogurt, or marinades, it helps to enhance the flavor of the fruits and other ingredients in there. It also, in some products, helps to keep the ingredients dispersed so that the flavors are all equal within the entire jar or package of the product. So it really, and it helps browning in baked goods and bread. It more evenly brown the product. So there are a lot of benefits that high fructose corn syrup can give to a product besides increasing the sweetness.
So with ADHD and ADD, high fructose corn syrup has gotten kind of a bad rap. What is the truth on that?
Well, this has been going on for 30 years. Ever since I've been a dietitian, they were saying that sugar caused hyperactivity. So this is
red
just,
dye number 9. Or
exactly.
whatever, yeah.
This is just a transference of that sugar causing hyperactivity to saying high fructose corn syrup is causing it. But in fact, neither of them cause
They don't. You either have it or you don't. But I think whether you have ADHD or you don't have ADHD, sugar can speed you up a little bit.
No, it doesn't.
No?
In fact, they've done control studies where they've given children beverages with sugar, beverages without sugar that taste the same, and there is no difference in their behavior. But in fact, very interestingly, there should be the opposite effect, because when you eat a high carbohydrate meal or snack, whether it be sugar or complex carbohydrate, the reactions that happen in the body, they end up raising serotonin levels, and serotonin
Calming you down.
calms you and makes you sleepy. So in fact, technically, it should have the opposite effect.
Interesting.
When you think about when children are eating a lot of sugar, think about the things: birthday parties, Halloween, Easter candy.
They're hyped
holidays.
up anyway.
They are.
They are all hyped up, but then they crash. I mean,
Right.
that used to be our MO when we'd go flying with our small children. We'd give them M&Ms right when the flight took off. They'd be really excited when the flight first took, then they go to sleep.
Well, isn't that interesting? Because, as I said, when you eat something that has a lot of carbohydrate in it, it should make you sleepy and relaxed because it increases serotonin levels.
Yeah.
Well, Neva, thank you so much. I really appreciate you coming. And as someone from Iowa and the heartland where they grow corn, and I know she's from Hawaii where they have cane sugar.
Cane
sugar. I'm all about promoting, what can help the corn farmers. So thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
Mama, don't you know you keep the whole world turning round?
You could be a part-time model, but you probably still have to keep your normal job.
All right.